A what?
A lesbian.
No, she was an American.
Hi guys, welcome to a video, and in today's video I just wanted to review episodes 6 and 7 of Dickinson because I finally caught up and I have some thoughts. Who knew? Usually it's just a little monkey in there playing the guitar. Yeah, we only have 3 more episodes left of season 3, and you know, this is sad because after this season is finished, no more Emily and Sue. I can no longer live vicariously through this show. I have to go back to reality, which... no, stay away from me. Okay, so episode 6, I'm just going to skim over this episode briefly because there wasn't really a lot of Emmy Sue. In fact, there wasn't any Emmy Sue in this episode, which is mostly what I'm invested in this show. If not the only thing that I'm invested in this show. But I didn't hate this episode. Usually I really don't like episodes where Emily and Sue are apart, but I enjoyed episode 6. I did. The Dickinson family visit a woman's asylum, and I thought Mrs. Dickinson was just hilarious in this episode, you know, trying to avoid being locked up and then wanting to be locked up. I don't know, Mrs. Dickinson just makes me laugh, so yeah. Probably because Mrs. Dickinson has epically good comedic timing. So yeah, I liked episode 6, but moving swiftly on to episode 7. I loved episode 7. It was really, really good. I mean, first of all, we were blessed with an Emily and Sue scene, which just, it feels like drinking a cool glass of water in the middle of the desert. It does. But this scene between them was so raw. And of course we had Sue, who was up in a tree, which was like a parallel to Emily being up in a tree back in season 1. Just a little throwback there. I think because in season 1, when Emily was up the tree, she wanted reassurance. And now in season 3, we have Sue up the tree wanting reassurance. It's a gay mirror. As I say, it was just so raw. Emily had tears in her eyes. Hayley and Ella's acting in this scene was incredible. And I understand the turmoil between Emily and Sue, especially looking at the bigger picture. I mean, it's not like they can really be together under the circumstances, and Sue is married to Emily's brother, but they clearly love each other so much, and I just love that that's so well established this season. There has, of course, been a lot of back and forth between Emily and Sue this season, but I think the disjointed narrative between them is a result of the show changing courses from season 2. I mean, back in season 2, there were other potential love interests thrown into the mix, and in season 3, they're reversing this and trying to get them back together, but at the same time, making it a process whilst trying to keep it entertaining. The second great thing about episode 7 was the kind of Doctor Who / Back to the Future time travel with Emily and Lavinia. Seriously, I could watch hours of these two time traveling. It could be a whole show. It was amazing. And it is wild when you compare the way that we live today to back in the 19th century, particularly for women. I mean, yeah, God, that should be a show. It was also cool that they addressed both the lesbian erasure that Emily Dickinson was subjected to after her death and the lack of language lesbians had to describe themselves back in the 1800s. The show really explores this in a very light-hearted and accessible way. And of course, women's history is actually very gnarly, so this is a huge perk of the show. Look, a lot of you guys already know that I'm a huge Sylvia Plath fan, and I can't sit here and pretend what they did to that Sylvia Plath character was okay, but at the same time I didn't hate the character. I just don't think it bears any actual resemblance to Plath. I know they're just having fun. Oh, I'm very torn about it. I will say it was not as bad as Walt Whitman. Oh God, Walt Whitman. Finally, Emily's coming out scene to Lavinia was interesting. It was of course just in Emily's head, so she was just telling herself what she needed to hear rather than her sister actually being accepting of her. And I think Emily has done a lot of growing this season, especially with her feelings towards Sue. You know, Emily has clearly been on a journey of processing her feelings internally so she can express them externally. This process hasn't been the smoothest, but this is more tied into the writing and the pacing of the show, which has very much just been up and down. So yeah, episode 7 has been one of the better episodes this season, and again, Hayley and Ella just did such a great job bringing that kind of raw emotion to the screen. And also, Emily and Lavinia have a lot of potential as a comedic duo. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's hard to say how this season is going to end. We know what happened between Emily and Sue in real life, which obviously impacts the show to some extent. And it's obviously not going to be some fairy tale ending where they live together as a couple and it's happily ever after. But at the same time, just like with Emily and Sue in real life, I think if Dickinson portrays that Emily and Sue always had and always will have a clear established place in each other's lives, which was romantic and which lasted until they both passed away, I'll be happy with that. I mean, I think from what we've seen so far in season 3, that's the direction which this show is going in, and it's a really positive thing. Okay guys, if you've been keeping up with Dickinson, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.